It is indeed a privilege to be amongst you this morning for the launching of the workshop on investigating and prosecuting complex financial crimes by the U.S. FBI. First of all, allow me to express my heartfelt appreciation to His Excellency Henry V. Jordan for gracing this function with his presence this morning. I am thankful to Mr. Rashid Amin, Director of Public Prosecutions, and Ms. Karen Charlotte-Ketnick, Director of the FIU, for their esteemed presence. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to note that this one-week workshop will be conducted by subject matter experts from various fields, such as forensics, accounts, analyst and prosecution from the FBI. Our participants will have the opportunity to develop basic understanding of investigative and prosecutional techniques to utilize during complex financial crimes. The overall goal is to strengthen the required skills of our investigators and prosecutors to ultimately lead to securing convictions. I am equally pleased to note that the FBI has positioned a full-time program manager in the name of Ms. Lee Turner in Mauritius to focus on case mentoring and provide necessary training for the next 2 years. Your contribution in the capacity building of officers from various law enforcement agencies in Mauritius will equip them with the necessary skills to address the challenge posed by money laundering and terrorist financing. In fact, money laundering is a practice used by those who are looking to disguise the fact that the money they possess has been gained through criminal activity. Along with the traditional money laundering schemes, cryptocurrency has also been criticized for being a tool for money laundering. Criminal enterprises can leverage on technology to achieve their goals. For instance, communication between darknet users is highly encrypted, allowing users to talk, blog, and share files confidentially. Money laundering risk is therefore a real risk, not only in the banking and financial institutions, but also in legal, accounting, and real estate professions. These risks are enhanced with the advent of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. The global threat of money laundering poses unique challenges to the law enforcement community. To pursue the evidentiary trail of a money launderer, law enforcement agencies must identify and use tools and techniques that can help them to successfully detect and prosecute cases of money laundering. Frontline officers must be adequately trained to successfully detect and prosecute suspicious cases of money laundering. This workshop is an ideal forum for our participants from the DPP's office, the FCC, the FIU, the MPF, and the MRA to interact with experts from the FBI, share experiences, and clear potential gray areas on modern investigative techniques. It's to be noted that in 2015, all United Nations member states adopted the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which provides a shared blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and the planet. At its heart are the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which are an urgent call for action by all countries, developed and developing, in a global partnership. The international community recognized the challenges posed by the complexity of illicit financial flows and the need for the recovery and return of stolen assets. In particular, member states are called upon by 2030 to significantly reduce illicit financial flows, strengthen recovery and return of stolen assets, and combat all forms of organized crime. We also have the 40 FATF recommendations, which Mauritius is largely compliant or compliant. At regional level, the Southern African Development Community, that's SADC, has initiated action to review its protocol on finance and investment to ensure that member countries take appropriate actions regarding emerging issues in countering the financing of terrorism and proliferation financing, including cyber security. The review noted the debilitating impact of illicit fund flows on the prospects of mobilizing domestic revenues to tackle poverty, improve governance, and generally develop socio-economic conditions in the region. The way forward is to put in place the legal framework for the timely identification, detection of suspicious cases of money laundering and terrorist financing. The Financial Crime Commission Act 2023 is now in force. The Act represents a significant step by the government in combating financial crimes and maintaining Mauritius' image as a compliant jurisdiction with international norms. The Financial Crime Commission Act paves the way for enhanced cooperation among law enforcement as a coordinated response. This workshop comes at an appropriate moment as it will enhance the abilities of law enforcement officers to detect suspicious cases of money laundering for referral to the Financial Crime Commission to conduct further investigation. As the MRA, our officers, in the exercise of their duties, are called upon to detect cross-border transportation of currency, precious metal, trade-based money laundering, transportation of works of arts, and tax evasion, among others. MRA officers also examine bank accounts and other financial statements and hence may uncover fraudulent transactions during their money trail analysis. It's important to note that we conduct a risk-based approach in the selection of files for examination, and I firmly believe that this workshop will enhance our existing strategy in our fight against tax evasion and other financial crimes. Recently, tax legislation, particularly the MRA Act, has been amended to allow the exchange of information between the MRA and other competent authorities in the national fight against money laundering. For the financial year ending 30th June 2023, the AML CFT unit of Fiscal Investigation Department of MRA completed investigations in 126 cases and assessments to the tune of rupees 2.8 billion have been raised. For the period ending 30th June 2024, 281 assessment notices have been issued for a total of 1.8 billion rupees. We are committed to upskill and empower our staff with the necessary tools and techniques to achieve the desired outcome. Here I would like to put on record the valuable support from the U.S. government through the U.S. Embassy in Mauritius for the capacity building of law enforcement officers. For instance, during recent years, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration conducted 3 workshops to sharpen the skills of officers from the Mauritius Police Force, the Forensics Science Laboratory, and the MRA. Recently, the United States Homeland Security Investigations conducted the Regional Intellectual Property Rights Applied Trade Enforcement Workshop from 4th to 7th June at the Integrated Custom Clearance Center. Furthermore, law enforcement officers from Mauritius, including the MRA, had the opportunity to attend specialized training courses at the International Law Enforcement Academy in Botswana. We express our gratitude to the U.S. Embassy for their contribution to our capacity building endeavors. We sincerely hope to continue availing of such capacity building opportunities in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very confident that the participants of this training will acquire new knowledge and skills about investigating and prosecuting complex financial crimes from the US FBI experts. I wish you all the best. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for your attention.